The 2025 Hyundai Tucson gets a fairly significant refresh. I'm Tom Voelck for the Seattle International Auto Show, and if you like powertrain choices, you get three with this. The fourth generation hit the market in 2021, and it's already up for a freshening.
We're always looking for how to improve our products, right? This is obviously a mid-cycle refresh, but of course, being a mid-cycle refresh, we're always looking how can we make a great product or even better, right?
I'm at the press event near, where else? Santa Barbara, California, for the launch of the 2025 Tucson. The Beak gets a more rugged look, but keeps its distinctive DRL motif. The interior and tech get the biggest changes. Tucson is important to Hyundai because this vehicle competes in the automotive industry's most competitive segment, up against Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, Chevy Equinox, which is all new for 2025, Nissan Rogue, Subaru Forester, Kia Sportage, Volkswagen Tiguan. Really, every manufacturer has a horse in this race. The redone face isn't radically different. 5 rows of facets are down to 4 with a stronger, chunkier vibe. Casual observers will be oblivious. Things are quite different here. The Hyundai crew wanted a more usable and airy cabin. Mission accomplished. There's more usable storage, cup holders that should handle Stanley Cups, and this that's supremely handy for the co-pilot. A fingerprint sensor lets owners drive without a key. Dual 12.3-inch displays fused into a curved panoramic unit replace 2 separated screens. More on this space later. For now, let's talk powertrains. They include a 187 horsepower naturally aspirated 2.5-liter 4-cylinder, a plug-in hybrid with 32 miles of electric range, and the version I'm driving, the standard hybrid. Its 1.6-liter turbocharged 4 and electric motor combined to make a little bit more oomph for 2025, 231 horses and 271 pound-feet of torque. My top trim all-wheel drive limited tester retails for $42,300 with shipping. The hybrid's transmission is a 6-speed. This column-mounted selector saves console space. The all-wheel drive system can be locked. There are drive modes that make a noticeable difference. Steering wheel paddles adjust regeneration drag level, including an automatic setting. In sport mode, they toggle manual shifts. There's baby mode, too. That's new.
Baby mode, for example, is the idea of trying to kind of like smooth out that kind of power band as you accelerate off the line. And as you're backing up into a parking space, kind of reduce the amount of torque and power at low speeds.
The Hyundai folks have pointed us towards rural roads outside of Los Olivos, famous for growing Pinot grapes, if you're into wine. Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Voelk and Voelcker show. Tom Voelck and John Voelcker. John is very smart. He works for outlets like
Car and Driver, Green Car Reports, Inside EVs, a whole variety of words and picture outlets.
So if you don't like me, listen to John. Limited models have acoustical laminated side glass up front, so it's quiet in here. John and I have an easy time talking, and overall, roominess is best in class. So you've already driven this. Let's talk about ride quality.
I think Hyundai has tuned this for average families. This is not sort of on the sporty end of it, but it has a comfortable ride, it has nice damping, and even on California roads, which can be surprisingly irregular and joggly, it's smooth, no crashing, no thumping. It's really tuned for a comfortable, pleasant, average ride, and that's probably what's really good for the bulk of people who are going to buy this one.
Yeah. 2025 hybrids engage the electric motors to smooth out pitch and dive when hitting speed bumps and pavement heaves. In most modes, the steering effort is on the light side, sport firms up the weight, there's even a bit of road feel. For enthusiasts, Mazda CX-50 is the in-class athlete. All right, let's talk about performance first. We're out on the highway going 50 miles an hour, and, it's got good power. I think people think of hybrids as slugs. Not so much anymore.
And actually, Hyundai was able to get a few more horsepower out of its electric motor in this update of the Tucson.
If 0 to 60 times are your thing, the hybrid will spool up to that benchmark in just over 7 seconds. One thing I really like about Hyundai's hybrid system is that it uses a geared transmission. So when you floor it, there are gear shifts. It feels like a regular car. The hybrid is quicker than the naturally aspirated powertrain, always a plus. The $1,150 upcharge should be recovered in a couple years. The EPA fuel economy average is 35 miles per gallon, and there's a plug-in hybrid, 32 miles of all-electric range.
Yep.
And then you can drive from Seattle to Tampa without charging up again. That's the beauty of plug-in hybrids.
Absolutely. And it's enough for most people's daily around town, completely on electricity. So especially if you have the opportunity to charge at home, bring the car home, plug it in overnight, and you have another full tank of battery, if you like.
Yep.
And a lot of people who have plug-in hybrids and use them that way actually only end up putting a tank of gas a month into the car.
If ambiance is important, Tucson Limited's new interior is arguably best in class. Bonus, it costs less than a comparable CR-V or RAV4. Materials are upmarket with interesting textures. Lexus and Genesis owners looking to pare the budget might pay attention. Physical controls have replaced haptic touch surfaces. Thanks, Hyundai. The charger is 15 watts. Phone as key is improved. Devices can be kept in pocket now. Not sure about John, but the heated and vented leather seats were kind to my backside. Heated wheel, too. 2025 Tucsons get an all-new infotainment system. It has excellent flow and sensitivity, plus it allows over-the-air updates. Of course, this relies on a data service, but unlike other automakers,
It's complementary, all three packages, everything from some of the safety functions to all the way to the connected, mobile functions. Are complementary for the lifetime ownership of the first owner of the vehicle.
Android Auto and Apple CarPlay are wireless across the board now. Sorry, I didn't get to test the Bose system. Back here, the seats don't slide fore and aft to max out cargo room or legroom, but the carpool gang is gonna love the Tucson. Headroom is excellent. Same with knee, leg, and foot room. Cushions are high enough, so thigh support is excellent. And the door openings are big enough, so it's easy to get in and out. This being a top trim model, the outboard seats are heated. Door pockets are kind of small, but at least there are pockets on both seat backs. No separate climate zone, but there are adjustable vents and people can charge their phones. The spine running down the middle, that's about average in size. The cushions are on the firm side and the bench is wide enough so you can get 3 average-sized adults in here. They'll be good for short trips across town. As I always say, if you want them to be very, very comfortable, keep it to 2. Hopefully, your family never needs to experience airbags and crumple zones. Tucson has an IIHS Top Safety Plus rating, and it's stuffed with ADAS technology.
Even the base model having quite a lot of capabilities. So you can see here, again, some of the competitors in the space, we have quite a lot of standard features. Everything from safety functions like forward collision avoidance to some of the more convenience functions like smart cruise control are 100% standard on Tucson. And then as you move up the different trims, you obviously get a little bit more option capability. One of my personal favorites is the advanced rear occupant alert, which is a radar-based system. Extremely, really, really sensitive. If you have a baby in the backseat of the car, under a blanket, that system is sensitive enough to kind of notice that breath of the baby's chest moving.
Considering the plug-in hybrid, its battery hogs cargo space. Both the standard hybrid and ICE Tucson have a solid 39 cubic feet to fill with all the seats occupied compared to 32. The space is deep, but no need to open the back doors to drop the backs. A 40-20-40 split or pass-through would be nice. The load floor isn't completely flat, but it gets cavernous. You're looking at over 74 cubic feet. The plug-in model is rated at around 66. All right, let's sum this up, John. It looks good. It drives really well for a mainstream crossover. Fuel economy is good. I'm trying to think of negatives.
I frankly would go immediately for the hybrid. The upcharge isn't that much over the gasoline one,
Yes.
and the performance is better because the electric motor gives you immediate punch even while the engine spools up. So it's kind of the best of both worlds.
The 2025 Tucson may not look like a significant change on the outside, but like Mom always said, what's most important is the inside. Check with your local Hyundai dealership for a test drive. It's a very competitive vehicle. For the Seattle International Auto Show, I'm Tom Voelk.